The crisis of housing our most vulnerable is playing out in a downtown Vancouver park. CTV News first reported that new provincial and federal funding will go to support a tent encampment. Tonight, local politicians are speaking out, saying it's a Band-Aid solution, creating a permanent tent city. CTV's Craig Krause starts us off tonight.
$715,000 is en route to further support the residents living in Vancouver's Crab Park. A chunk of money, the city says, is coming from Ottawa and Victoria as a way to further support the dozens of people calling the Oceanside Park home. On Friday, a day after CTV News learned of the funding, City Councillor Peter Meisner is raising questions.
I do have some concerns that this funding could potentially entrench the encampment.
The camp blossomed in 2021, and the Vancouver Park Board has tried to seek a court injunction to clear it out, but was rejected in early 2022. Since then, amenities have been added to the park, including upgraded washrooms, a power supply, fire extinguishers, and an emergency phone.
The goal is to get people inside into more permanent housing, and encampments are not a long-term solution, but there are needs there. There are people sheltering at Crab Park, and if this funding is going to go towards addressing some of the needs that they have in the interim while we find them more permanent housing, then that's a good thing.
A feeling shared by one advocate who has devoted her time to caring for the people living in Crab Park since its inception. But similar to Meisner, she too has questions about the funding.
Well, it's welcome in lots of ways, but there's some trepidation as well.
York says those living here were not consulted on what was needed, and it remains unclear how much of the funding will be allocated to specific areas.
So better washroom access, showers would be really helpful, better running water access, hand washing, better electrical access.
Late Friday afternoon, the city reacted, saying in part, "We work from a perspective of dignity and human rights for all park users, and are grateful a portion of this funding will be used to provide added services and amenities such as staff support and temporary washroom facilities. But as for when the additional services will be introduced to the park, remains unclear." Craig Krause, CTV News, Vancouver.